Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Sly, and I'm here with Flo. And man, Flo, it looks like after what happened with Emmanuel Moseley, I already told you about this. Man, I was up till 2 in the morning just staring at the wall, so pissed off about what happened, even though we won, man. So that was rough. Do you think, though, Jason Verrett, coming off that injury last year, do you think he has a chance to perform at a high level like he did in 2020? What do you think, man?
I think he has to. Obviously, this team, this defense is Super Bowl caliber defense. Obviously, losing Moseley puts a big impact on that, but I think we could still easily be top 5 defense. It's going to come down to Ambry Thomas or Verrett. I personally like Verrett a little more because I feel he's a little more consistent. Ambry Thomas, he looked good last year, but this year, me and you were at a lot of those camp practices, and he looked like he was getting toasted. He got toasted earlier on the season, and I don't know if he's that guy. It doesn't seem like he has that confidence. I know Verrett's coming off injury. He's going to have to work his way into it, but I think he might be that guy who covers Moseley while he's out for this full season.
Yeah, man. Also, there's also Samuel Womack, who has the intangibles, but I know Kyle Shanahan, he really doesn't like starting a lot of rookies unless you're someone like Nick Bosa or some freak out there like that. And honestly, I thought Samuel Womack was going to play in the slot. You know, I thought he was going to be our nickel corner, but it really hasn't happened yet. So do I think Jason Verrett's going to come in and make a difference? I'm really hoping so, but I'm going to be real, guys. He's coming off that injury, and it's hard. Usually it takes 2 years to come back. Like I said, look at Jared McKinnon. When he came back, he looked slow. He looked done. It looked like it was over for him. He comes back to KC 2 years after the injury, and the guy looks like one of the best running backs in the league. When I watch him, he looks amazing. So I'm not expecting a lot, but I'm really crossing my fingers and really hoping that he goes back to 2020, because I remember in 2020 he was baller. He was our best corner. He was actually better than Emmanuel Moseley, and Emmanuel Moseley had a solid season too. So if somehow he could come in and play better than Emmanuel Moseley, that would be insane. I would be so pumped up because I know we need another corner on the other side, because Charvarius Ward, he's really locking down the other side, and Emmanuel Moseley, when he was out there, like absolute stud. And right now, the NFC, man, it's up for the taking. I thought before the injury, I thought we were the team to beat. I'd say we could have gone into Philadelphia and beat their asses. But right now I'm a little hesitant just because I know our other side of the corner is such a huge position. And hopefully one of those 3 guys could step it up. And I'm thinking it might be Samuel Womack. I mean, I think Kyle Shanahan is eventually going to be like, hey, I'm going to pull the trigger on this young kid. We saw Verrett today in practice today. He was looking pretty good, but that's just practice. Those were just clips that we were watching earlier. So we'll see what happens, but I'm crossing my fingers. I'm not believing it, but if he proves me wrong, man, I'll be a happy camper.
Well, let's just hope he's not like Josh Norman last year. That was rough when we had all those injuries and we had that secondary. So I know Verrett could do it. It's just going to be how he comes back, like you said, after that injury. But you said how he did in practice today. He was looking good. So hopefully that transition is over and he plays good this Sunday. Obviously, we're going against the Falcons. So their receiving core is not the strongest. So that gives them a little bit of a little play. I know they have the tight end, but I don't think he's going to match up with him. So
yeah, I don't think he's going to come back this week. I think it's going to be a little bit wild for him to come back. I know that window's open where he's able to practice, and he's out there. All we saw were clips of him running. He looked good out there, but there wasn't even one-on-ones. We didn't see any of that stuff. So I think it's going to be a few weeks. Right now, they'll probably go with Ambry Thomas, which I honestly, like you said, we were at those practices and the dude was getting torched. I mean, not even like 5-yard passes. He was getting torched deep over and over again. I mean, you looked at each other like, oh my gosh, this guy is playing horrible. And then it proved it. In the preseason, the guy was getting beat up. He was getting beat every time. In Minnesota, he was just getting abused too. So it was over and over again. So I don't know what the heck happened to him, because he was starting to turn on at the end of last season. All of a sudden now he just can't cover nobody. So Samuel Womack, that's the guy I'm looking at right now, and maybe when Verrett comes back in a few weeks, hopefully, cross my fingers, he could step it up. So,
all right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about Jason Verrett. Is he going to be that guy for us, Sammy Womack or Ambry Thomas? You guys let us know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.